Alright guys, what's going on? We've got War 6 Season 38, and today LVT is facing GGIR, and they banned APOC, CGR, and Hercules, which are pretty good bans. These guys are in Tier 1 right now, and I'm still sick. In case you didn't see my last video, I am sick right now. I'm just trying to get these videos out. These guys are in Tier 1, but they've had quite a few, relatively easy matchups up until this point. I think that they had matched JA, but their average deaths are between 15 and 25 per war or something like that. So yeah, we kind of going into this knew that we were gonna win, and this is probably the most disheartening war that I have ever been a part of. So starting off here, we're going to be on Path 5 in Section 1, and Nick Fury is not going to get used. He was backup for the boss, but we did not end up needing backup, but we kept trying to use Wiccan for the boss, and it just wasn't working out, so we decided to try a couple different things this war, since we figured it would be kind of like a little bit of a gimme, and Nick Fury was like option 2, so... But again, he is actually not going to get used. I could have used him for this fight if I wanted to, but I've done this fight a bunch with Omega Red. I'm super comfortable with it. So here you just kind of want to knock him down and then just hit him with the Fury up. And, you know, you're going to have like 10 spores. It's going to do some damage, but the fight's pretty quick. So right here, I'm getting ready to knock him down again. He's going to throw his special 1. That's totally fine. And you can see I'm just going to knock him down, throw my special 3, and the special 3 is going to kill him. And I think at this point I remembered that I was supposed to look at the rest of the map, so we're going to go ahead and do that after this fight ends. Okay, yes, I did remember. So, just looking around here, you can see we have Longshot and Kingpin on Path 7 in Section 1. Super common placement. Another Ebony Maw on Node 23. Again, super common placement. Again, 2 robots stacked up on Path 3. Not so great placement. That iDoom at the end of 1, 2, 3 is actually kind of good placement because he can resist your special attacks when he has an armor up. Nova on Node 26, that's actually pretty good placement too. And I am going to take that fight this war. Cersei on Hazard Shift, and then another Null Boss. So all of this looks pretty normal to me, nothing crazy. This Misty Knight here, this is actually pretty good placement. I mean, not like against Omega, that's a really hard counter, but basically she can like purify your stuns or something, or I read it right before this fight, or she can like evade your attacks while she's stunned, depending on her charges, but she can't purify anything against Omega Red, so I'm not worried at all. Here, I'm pretty much just going to be knocking her down with heavy attacks the entire fight. That is it. And one more heavy. Oh, I actually probably didn't even throw another heavy. Yeah, I mean, the fight's over. Super straightforward. Like if Apocalypse wasn't banned, I'm assuming that's who most people would send there, and that's probably why they placed her there. Okay, and then this is going to be a rank 4 Nick Fury. And this is... I think that maybe they should have switched these 2 placements. I think maybe Misty would have been better on this node, and Nick Fury would have been better on the last one. But here I'm just going to try to keep his prowess down, build up my spores, knock him down. Not that it matters because he goes debuff immune on knockdowns. But I'm just going to try to push him to his special 2, interrupt his heavy attack. And you can see here, just need to bait out the special 2. I'm losing my spores. That's kind of the one thing that sucks for Omega Red on these fights, is that you are going to lose your spores. There's just no, like, realistic way to keep them up for the entire fight. Right here, I'm going to go ahead and push him to his special 2. I keep going unblockable, that's fine. I just want to make sure that he doesn't have the protection up while he's losing his life model decoy, because that does slow down his rate of, like, degeneration when he's going down to 30%. But you can see this fight is super straightforward, and now it is over. And next up here, I'm going to be taking this Nova. So, I was kind of debating between Thing or with guidance or Omega Red with guidance for this fight, and then I realized that Omega Red is going to be like 10 times faster, so, and faster is always better in Alliance War. So here I'm just going to, he's really kind of like not wanting to play into me very much, so I only have 10 spores right now, but I can get a bleed from this node, so I'm not too worried about it. I know I'm going to be able to maintain spores here. Go ahead and heavy counter his heavy with my heavy, and you can see we're about 30 seconds into the fight and he is about to die, so very easy fight. And then once again here, I'm going to share path 9 in section 2 with Carl. Taking this Killmonger again, I'm not sure why he's always here. I assume maybe because Thing isn't great for him. That's why we double this path, but it's not necessary. There are other counters to this fight, obviously, besides Omega Red. I just wasn't really needed anywhere else. Conduit kind of sucks for Omega. So I'm just kind of helping people out, not taking a ton of fights this season. Basically not taking any fights that I know that someone else could do just as easily. Because I want to make sure that everyone in my battle group gets to, you know, play an Alliance War. I dedicate a lot of time to planning, so other people can play the game mode. And yeah, that was the end of my war. So, you can see here that we lost this war even though we died 6 times to their 17. And the reason for that is because there was a typo on one of the assignment sheets. And basically an assignment got moved at the last minute. And nobody caught that we left a path open in section 2 and the section 2 backup with the perfect team by design, of course, for the missed lane. Just didn't, they had a mini boss and they didn't realize that they didn't really like notice, and nobody else noticed either. Like, I didn't notice, I read over the plan. So this one was really tough. We obviously just beat ourselves here. I mean, they had like, you know, a fine clear. It wasn't like particularly bad for them. But you know, we had a pretty good clear, and losing on a good clear just really sucks. So, okay, I do have a crystal I'm going to open here. I'm opening this featured crystal. I'm looking for Wiccan. That's like all I want from this featured crystal. I'd also really like Valkyrie, Quicksilver. There are a few champions that I'd really like out of here. But really the big one is Wiccan. Wiccan is like, I think once I get Wiccan, I'm going to stop opening this crystal actually. So here I'm going to get Rocket Raccoon, and my Rocket Raccoon is a natural SIG 180, and spoiler alert, at this point he is a natural SIG 200. He's my first natural SIG 200 champion that I have, so it's pretty fun. I keep pulling him from this crystal. And then my next one here is going to be a Scarlet Witch, which I'm actually really happy about. That was a first time awakening. I kind of want to SIG her up and rank her. I still think that she's really, really good. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Trying to get all of these videos out, so I will see you in the next one.